These things right over here, these little crappy things, these have got to be the most poorly made tents that I've ever seen. And yes, I'm assuming that these are tents because I refuse to believe that six campers can fit in this tent. And I also refuse to believe that they'll even try to get on that tent and sleep in there at night. So these have got to be the only other tents here because that's like a ranger station over here. And these have got to be the most poorly made tents I've ever seen. Hey everybody, it's the MechMaster 14. Welcome back to more SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. In the last episode, we're going to be starting off by getting a Super Ultra combo.
Too pretty.
But in the last episode, we finished up in Kelp Forest by finishing up in Kelp Caves and beating Mermaid Man's vine sliding record. So, that is everything, right? Oh, yeah, we got everything. Anyways, in this episode, as you can probably guess, we're going to move on to the next world. So let's get playing and start by leaving Kelp Forest. Finally. Anyways, yeah, over here we have a sign that says beware. And apparently they forgot to add collision detection to this. Anyways, this thing has a 60 golden spatula limit, or you have to have at least 60 golden spatulas to get in here. Also, I could have sworn that in the previous game that sign said Flying Dutchman. Because, well, obviously we're going to be heading into the Flying Dutchman's graveyard.
The graveyard of ships. Somewhere among this haunted mess, a fearsome specter waits.
Okay, so we finally made it into Flying Dutchman's graveyard, and I was gonna say they reused this thing, but they actually added collision detection this time, so I guess they just... Yes, the other one was just like an oversight. And let's start with getting some shiny objects.
Control, the launch is a go.
I love opening presents.
Oh, yes. Who dares disturb the Flying Dutchman?
It's me, SpongeBob, sir.
I don't need any cookies.
But I'm not a Shell Scout.
Look, kid, I'm too disturbed to scare the bejesus out of you right now. Come back later.
What's the matter?
It's these darn robots. They've thrown me off my own ship, they have. Being thrown off your own ship is like having your pants pulled down in front of casual acquaintances. It's a sad, sad thing. Now those robots have got their own pirate ship, and they're blasting away at each other.
Is there anything I can do to make you feel better?
Well, now that you mention it, get up to my ship and use the cannons to single-handedly defeat the robot ship. Any questions?
Is that adorable hat available in a size 3?
No. But if you do this, a golden spatula be your booty. Now get going!
If the robots are blasting away at each other, wouldn't the smart thing to do is just let them blow each other up yourself? Gee, thanks a lot, kid. Now that Slick guy is trying to attack me. Anyways, this robot's name is Slick. His main attack is to cover the ground with oil and make the ground slippery. If you step in the oil, you slip around. The way to defeat Slick is by first disabling his bubble shield. Then you have to either hit him with a cruise bubble, or you have to attack him 3 times.
You've just met the Sponginator.
Anyways, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by that cutscene, I was going to say that if the robots are blasting away at each other, wouldn't the smart move just to be to let them destroy each other? Anyways, we come down here, we open up the teleport box. And I really like how you can actually see the ships from here. Because, you know, it actually does add to the aesthetic a bit more. We have the haunted ships. We have a Chuck.
Rama!
We have a Thunder Tiki over here. And down here we have a clan that requires 2,700 shiny objects. And we pay that clan 2,700 shiny objects. We open up this treasure chest and it has a special button in it. And we press said button. It really doesn't do anything, because the cage with the golden spatula that's supposed to open is actually blocked by the goo. Which, I just now thought of this, but if this is supposed to be a haunted graveyard with a bunch of haunted ships, and there's actually barrels of goo around, do you think maybe all the goo in this graveyard is supposed to be the ghost of the oil that's spilled from the oil tankers that crashed? It's just a thought, but, you know, oil tankers crash all the time. They lose all their oil, like all their oil barrels, and if you think about it, this goo could very easily be the ghost of that oil. And maybe even the ghost of all the fish that died. Maybe I'm just overthinking this and it's just supposed to be like, ooh, green goo, scary. Anyways, we have another Chuck here. And something that I really like is, how do we get back up? I mean, I believe we're supposed to get on top of those pillars, but we can just defile this man's grave by stepping on his gravestone. And you can see right out there, there's a giant cruise boat.
SpongeBob to mission control. The launch is a go.
And if we hit that target, that lowers the level of the goo in this area, and now we can actually go back and complete that golden spatula in the cage. But before we do that, if we jump down here, we have a hidden golden spatula on this sunken ship that has sunk even further into the goo. Not only has it sunken into the ocean, it's also sunken into the goo. And we can also just bounce right back up here. And now before we actually go on, why don't we actually go back and continue and actually get the golden spatula in the cage, which I believe is called Travel Through the Goo, I believe. Anyways, press the button now and we have 30 seconds to sponge
Up for
ball
a game
over
of
to that golden
sponge ball?
spatula.
Just my size.
And I really like how the sponge ball is much easier to control, except for the fact that I just fell into the goo that time. Because before it was actually pretty difficult to control, and I'd always fail in this quest. Because I just roll into the goo, like, immediately. Anyways, make our way up here. And easily get back to where we were. So now we should be able to continue on. Right here, I believe this is a slightly more complicated puzzle. Let's see. Actually, I don't think we want to move that there. I believe we want to move this
Sometimes
here.
pushing a simple button is the most satisfying. Push, 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 push.
there we go. These pillars move. Now we can platform up here. And down here. And this, like, barrel thing will rotate, so you gotta be careful.
Take that!
Oh, by the way, touching Slick's shield will actually damage you.
I feel like a new sponge.
And this is just proof that you can actually defeat him with, just attacking him several times. Also, I'm pretty sure that this barrel thing didn't have any, like, sides. And because of that, you can actually just jump off the barrel and get right to that sock there. But now, as you can see by the hooks, we're probably going to have to use Sandy to get it.
It shines.
Oh. I don't think we can get back up. So that sucks. I completely forgot that Slick can actually hurt you if he gets a direct hit with his oil.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, we're all the way back here now. We have to do the frickin' puzzle again. Alright, screw you, Chuck. I'm not in a good mood. But you're kind. There we go. Everything's back into place. I believe what we were actually supposed to do is we were supposed to come over here first, then jump onto these higher pillars. But I did it the speedrunner way because I'm awesome.
Bubble power.
Alright, might as well just disable the shield right there. Oh! That's a very smart move, but he completely... Wait, you put your shield back up? I think he put his shield back up.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
But anyways, that's the end of him. And now let's get rid of this guy before he even sees us. I mean, he's probably gonna notice that his shield is gone. And thank God it didn't reappear. But yeah, you also get a lot of shiny objects from defeating robots later on in the game. So like the Slick robots and the tubeless, those guys actually reward a lot of shiny objects.
Just my size.
And I'm pretty sure there's a Duplicatotron around here somewhere because, well, yeah, it's right up there. And besides these spotter robots, these bomb bots keep respawning. Pretty sure we're almost done here, though. Yeah, we got one right here. Now we can get up here, bubble stomp on this. And that somehow causes a mask to fall. And right the way there. And look,
There's nothing like the smell of bubbles in the morning. Smells like victory.
You can ride across this for some reason. Someone job, you might want to wash your tongue there. And this is the teleport box back to the main area. We get ourselves a golden spatula right here. We're up to 76. And I believe since this episode's been actually pretty short, I think we've only been here for like 14 or 15 minutes maybe. We haven't been here for that long is my point. Let's move on to the graveyard ships. Which, not to harp on anything, but isn't the entire graveyard ships? Isn't it supposed to be a graveyard for ships?
Ahoy there, Mr. Squidward! Swab the poop deck!
Yes, hilarious. Don't you have a platinum whisk to get?
That's golden spatula.
Whatever. There's one up there.
Okay, that's a lovely interaction.
Ow!
Oh. Alright, there we go. That was a poorly timed interaction with the tubelets. And let's get a...
Pow!
Yeah, super ultra combo. Actually, it's just ultra combo. I believe these things will actually sync when you step on them.
You've just met the Sponginator.
Oh, they actually come back this time. I'm pretty sure in the original, when they sunk, they actually just stayed in. And right here, we have a bus stop that allows us to switch to Sandy. And I know we need SpongeBob to actually climb up this thing, but we actually also need Sandy to actually go back and get the sock that was on the mast because we needed her to climb on the hooks. Come on, I know you can do this. Let's get this underwear.
Can't believe I'm wearing SpongeBob's underwear.
Now we have to navigate this hook thing. Alright, there we go. Why is there like a red target in here?
Ooh. Do I really have to carry Patrick's socks?
Okay, apparently I forgot to return Patrick's socks since... I forgot to return his socks from Kelp Forest, so now we have 14 instead of 4 because like I said, I forgot to return them. And happily, there is only 3 socks in Flying Dutchman's graveyard. So that's always a good thing. I'm always for fewer socks. So if you didn't want to worry about collecting a lot of socks, then don't worry, there's only 3 socks in Dutchman's graveyard. So now we're probably gonna end the episode off pretty soon, like when we get part of the way up the graveyard shifts, because after that there really isn't that much left to Flying Dutchman's graveyard actually. Yo, we karate chop all these guys.
That's for messing with Texas.
Yeah, hooray, Texas. And now we gotta switch back into SpongeBob to climb up this thing. Jeez, climbing up those things is done really quickly in this version of the game. And also, I really want to appreciate the scenery in Flying Dutchman's graveyard. I don't bring it much in many levels, but I really like the addition of all these like broken down ships. It looks so scary and ominous. It actually, to me, it also makes it look even more scary and ominous when the ships aren't like completely destroyed. They're just sitting there. And also, apparently, the sun is super close and green. So we're probably gonna make it across this gap, and then that's probably gonna be the end of the episode. Geez, Sandy can fly for a really long time. Alright, at least you get in this version of the game. Anyways, that's all the time we're going to have for this episode. Next time on SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, we're going to be reaching the top of the stack of ships, getting up to the Flying Dutchman ship, and getting it back for it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you can, like, comment, and subscribe because that'd really help out the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. MechMaster out.